right, Roske is here because, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Roske.
It is. We're calling today the Roast and Ride special episode preview show.
There you go.
You know, I wish you guys had a live band. You say, cue the thing. And
We need a house band.
we need a house band. First up, though, let's show a quick photo of what happened on Tuesday. So that is, you know, that group of golfers right there. And there's Greg, who was on the show this morning.
Yeah.
That was the Celebrity Golf Challenge, and that's me holding a Bloody Mary. Because that's about as good as I did.
And why
We tell it how it is.
But the team, the other four guys there, we won the Mayor's Cup, we won the overall.
What?
It was best ball. I sank exactly one putt. I sank the putt on 18. Every other was them.
The winning putt, then.
Greg Marchant's on Indianola City Council. That's his son Wade, and the other two guys, Kip and Heat, they run a company. Great group of guys. So thank you guys for doing such a great job. They did the golfing.
So what did you get for winning a prize?
It's a gift certificate. You know, don't go to the store you won the gift certificate to with your girlfriend, because you're not getting nothing. She's getting a new pair of Ray-Bans, and you feel good about donating to the cause. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Roast and Ride today. But before I forget, Devin at Senator Ernst's office introduced me to her communications director, Brooke Haugesson, and then Governor Walker's comm guy is Eric Wilson. Actually runs his campaign. Special thanks to those folks, because without them, it wouldn't have happened the way it did, and we're going to get to that in just a second. Let's talk about what happened yesterday on the Hill, though. Yesterday, $600 million funding for the Obama administration's program to train and equip Syrian rebels to fight against ISIS. Right. Now, this is how complicated it all gets. There was a group of Congress people who were trying to cut the $600 million in funding, because they are, and the reason they were trying to cut that is they were saying they were unvetted. But the complicated part is they were comparing it to when, remember, the Mujahideen fought the Soviet Union. Remember that?
Afghanistan.
And we were basically we were giving them arms and money, and it was that's another story. Those militants ultimately became the Taliban.
Right.
It's as simple. That's how the Hill. This is from the Hill. It was put out this morning. The Mujahideen, we were giving all this, and it actually ended up becoming $2 billion. We put $1 billion in, and Saudi Arabia was matching us $2 billion in guns, ammo, etc. to the Mujahideen. Those militants ultimately became the Taliban. So anyway, just interesting read right now. If you're curious at home to learn more of this, I've spoken about it before. Read the book Charlie Wilson's War.
Or the movie, yeah.
Because you know, the movie's a little fluffy, but you know, the book goes into that scenario. Takeaway from yesterday: one of the Congress people said, "I hate to abandon the people of Iraq without giving it one more try. There are some good guys over there." So we'll see what happens. But the $600 million is staying. They're going to that apparently is going to find its way over into the Syrian opposition, who are supposedly on our side, the enemy of your enemy, apparently.
So we're basically arming the people that we're fighting against.
We're not fighting them yet.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yes.
The key phrase, yes.
Syrian government is the Assad regime. There are militants fighting against him. We don't necessarily like Assad anymore. So militants, and now ISIS is creeping in. Why is this important? For instance, when ISIS took over Mosul last year, one of the things they got was 2,300 Humvees. 23. So they take over that we gave to the Iraqi military.
Speaking of transportation,
right? Wow.
Move on to happier things. So the Roast and Ride event. Let's take a look at some photos first. I think, guys, what's up on the file?
As I say, holy buckets! If you turned on national news, it was everywhere.
So that is, in fact, my real Harley that I did sadly have to sell in California. But I you know, it's like, well,
that's a nice bike.
Yeah, it's actually the same bike that Senator Ernst ride. What's our next photo? So that is myself next to Governor Walker. I was on that Harley. That is a rental. We both rented bikes. The bike he's on is a Road King. When I went to Big Barn Harley 3 weeks ago, I said, I want that one. They said, you can't. Governor Walker's already got it. What's the next photo? So that is that little moment. That's
Look
Politico. Grab that. You know, Governor Walker couldn't have been a nicer guy. And again, Eric Wilson, his guy, came
we know
up.
him, yeah.
Kudos to him for riding, being one of the politicians that rode.
Yeah, him and Rick Perry rode. Rick Perry came from a different spot. There's LA Times, and you can see that Taylor and I, she's actually got the camera in her hand, she did an amazing job. She filmed everything you're going to see on Sunday, a lot of which was going 60 miles an hour down the highway. So that's Governor Walker on the left. Oh, there's Bloomberg. Governor Walker on the left. Right in the middle there, you'll see Taylor and I in our sunglasses, and then there's Senator Ernst in the front. So
you were in the middle of it all.
Leading the way of about 300. There's CNN. They ran that footage. Shout out to Senator Ernst's husband, Gail. He's actually right behind Governor Walker's helmet there, and I asked nicely if I could pop into that spot, and he was so nice. You know, people ask, well, how'd you get to be third spot? You know, my brother goes, well, you just drove in there, right? I said, are you kidding me? This is a highly orchestrated event. It took us probably 6 days of emails, phone calls, and then on site about 45 minutes of this person to this person, and ultimately it ultimately came down to Senator Ernst saying, yeah, he can be in the first group, and then things moved from there. But anyway, so big thanks to those folks. Let's take a look at Senator Ernst gave 2 interviews that day. One was with ABC Network, and the other was with the guy whose forehead is still peeling. Let's take a look.
So here we are with U.S. Senator Joni Ernst. Congratulations on a great event, even so far.
Thank you. It's been fantastic. I was overwhelmed when we pulled up and saw all those beautiful bikes.
It's a great participation. For folks, we'll show you in a second. Hundreds of bikes lined up outside. And why don't you give an idea of what's going to happen at the event?
Well, we are going to get lined up here. We're going to ride up to Boone, and we're going to get to Boone, and then we've got a hog roast and horseshoes and beanbag tosses and lots of food, drinks, and of course we've got live entertainment. The Nadas will be playing today.
Cool.
But of course, I think what everybody's waiting to see, 7 presidential hopefuls that will be up at
And what's the
Boone.
list right now? Let's see. Ben Carson, Fiorini?
Ben Carson, Fiorina. We've got Huckabee. I think Jindal's going to be there. Marco Rubio, Lindsey Graham,
Scott Walker.
and Rick Perry.
Oh my goodness.
So I mean, Scott Walker. We've got a great group of folks.
So now you are not new to Harley Davidsons.
Not new.
When did you first start riding?
Well, I started riding dirt bikes as a kid, and that was out of necessity because I grew up on a farm, and if my mom needed to send a message out to the field to my dad or take something out to him, us kids would hop on the motorcycle and head out to the field. But it was when I was an adult then we had a love of Harleys, and so my husband and I each ride and love it very much.
And when did you come up for the concept for this event?
Well, this is something we had hoped to do during the campaign for U.S. Senate, and we just didn't have time to get it done. So we thought, you know what, this is a great opportunity. Do this annually. Just have a good time. Bring folks together and just have a great Iowa Day.
And the goal is, so next year, the year after, keep it running?
We are planning on doing this every year. This is my first inaugural roast and ride. I want to see it for years and years and years to come.
Senator Joni Ernst, we're about to get on Harley Davidsons and ride to Boone. Thank you so much, Senator.
Thank you. Great to see you. Hop on the back.
I got my own. Okay, I ride. This is not just a prop today.
I love it. We'll see you on the ride.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you.
So this Sunday, 11:30, right here on this channel, you're going to see there's actually a whole sequence we did of just the ride. We've got the setup, you got the pregame, then the ride. It's a whole music thing. It was really fun to cut because you drive up and you see the photographers, and then we match it with the photo. So that's Sunday at 11:30, and then you're going to see interviews with Governor Branstad, Senator Grassley, Congressman David Young, and Lieutenant Governor Kim Reynolds, all from the Roast and Ride. So a fun event, and happy to show you more this Sunday.
Perfect. Excellent. We'll be right back. It is 9:52. This is